propaganda. So I think I've ruffled a lot of feathers with this whole championship or bust thing. Hashtag COB. I mean, it is what it is, y'all. It is what it is. This ain't got nothing to do with a particular player. This is just a concept. This is what happens. Now, I see some people now want to use Oklahoma City Thunder as an example. Nice try. That's a very nice try. Let's unpack it. All right. Number one, they didn't draft their best player. They traded for their best player. Okay. Now, and that's SGA, just for full clarity. That's SGA. Now, let's rewind a little bit. So, yeah, they just won the title. But if you want to use SGA and say, nah, that don't count because it don't matter that they traded for him because they developed them. I grant you that. Cool. Let's do that. Because for all intents and purposes, their core is who? It's SGA, it's Dort, it's J-Dub, it's Chet Holmgren, it's Cason Wallace, and somebody was part of that core, Josh Giddey. Now, that core that I just called out for you, they had their first playoff series together last year in 2024. Let me be specific. Let me call out the year so that nobody get in the comments trying to play semantics with me. So 2024 was their first playoff series together, right? Cool. What happened? They lost in the semis, right? They played a team, they was number one in the West in 2024. Don't forget. They was number one in the West already, all right? So they lost to the Dallas Mavericks, who ended up making it to the finals. Lost to the Dallas Mavericks in the second round. And they evaluated. Because they didn't win a title, what happened? They decided to make roster improvements. Because that's kind of what you do when you go through a playoff run. You know what I'm saying? You go through a playoff run, you start to evaluate, you say, hey, how can I get better? They looked, they said, you know what? Let's trade Josh Giddey for Alex Caruso. And then they won the title this year. Do you see how that works? So for some of y'all that want to use OKC as the as an example of what we're gonna do, that example don't even work. They didn't trade for their best player. They did raise him, but they didn't trade for him. And their core that they just won the title with, this is their second title run. This is their second playoff run together. And they already traded one of the pieces of their core. Okay, that's how this works. Now, in the Rockets case, let's compare it. Let's compare the two. So the Rockets core is, was Jalen Green, Şengün, Jabari, Tari, Amen, Cam, Reed Shepherd. Right? All right. Went through faced literally our toughest matchup in the entire league, the Golden State Warriors. Faced them in the first round, hard fought series all the way to 7 games, and we was the 2 seed, just like the Oklahoma City Thunder. They was the better seed. There was a better team on paper, record wise, and they ended up losing to the more veteran team. All right, they got beat up. They learned their lesson. Rockets, first round, lost to the Golden State Warriors. They evaluated, they looked, they said, and honestly, I don't think this was necessarily about trading Jalen. I think this was more about the opportunity to get KD because, like I said, for as little as we gave up to get him, you do that every time. Like you just got to, you just roll the dice. I get it, KD about to be 37, but you just do it every time, man, because his game hasn't really fallen off. He can still do the same things he's mostly always done for the most part. His durability might be a little bit different now, but skill-wise, he still got it. So you do it. It's cool, and it's not like Jalen Green is showing like it ain't like he had flashes of being like a true number one. It ain't like he had like SGA flashes. It ain't like that. He's had some really good flashes, like all-star flashes and all that. Not even just flashes, like he's had all-star stretches, but the Rockets they decided, and again, when you're trying to get KD, you got to give up something. If JG was as bad as people say, you wouldn't have been able to. Like, look at what OKC got back for Giddey. They got back a role player. We traded JG and got back a superstar. We traded JG and got our best player on the team right now. You know what I'm saying? And again, but the concept still remains. Obviously we didn't win the title. We probably wouldn't go win the title anyway. But they evaluated, they tried to see how they can get better with the roster. And they executed. Because that's what you do. That's why I'm saying the KD thing is championship or bust, because we about to go into another playoff run with KD. Knock on wood, he stay healthy. Well, that ain't wood, that's sheetrock. But yeah, knock on wood. KD's healthy. We're going to the playoffs. I'm not really too concerned with seeding this season. But going to the playoffs with KD, you know what I'm saying? Best case scenario, we win the title. And I think we do have a great opportunity to do so. Barring health, we have a great opportunity to do that. Now, we go in, we win the title. Guess what? We get to keep these guys, because you're not sitting there wondering, man, how can I get better? You just won a title. Why are you so concerned? You won a title with a young team. These guys just going to end up getting better anyway. That's the whole idea. Now, as much as I just said that, if we don't win, you better believe Ime Udoka and Rafael Stone are going to canvass the league, as they just did, and evaluate the roster and see if there is a move that can put them over the top and bring a championship back to Houston. For the life of me, I cannot understand why people are pretending that this is unrealistic. I don't understand. We have seen it time and time and time and time and time again. This is what happens. Okay? This is what happens. Look at the Oklahoma City Thunder, the legendary Oklahoma City Thunder with KD, Harden, and Westbrook. They didn't even keep them all together, and they went to the finals. This is what happens. Okay? Like, why are we pretending that this is unrealistic? Some of y'all just want to argue. Why you want to argue with me so bad? What did I say that was incorrect, unrealistic, or just straight up BS? Nothing. And then some of y'all will sit there and argue with me, and then when I start breaking it down, you start backpedaling and trying to change the question. No, the topic is, you can argue the semantics of bust. That's fine. We could have it at that all day. I got a definition. You got a definition. That's fine. I don't mind that. But the concept remains. Year one, we win. Most likely, we keep this core together. That's what I want to happen. Like, I want to see these guys grow as long as they can together. I want a dynasty in Houston. I'm greedy. Okay? I am greedy. I want to win the next 4-5 titles in a row. Okay? Like I said, I got to take my nieces and my nephew to a parade before they get too old for me. And before they get too big. I can't put them on my shoulders. You know what I'm saying? So, that's the point. So, can y'all please try to understand? I know somebody going to try to argue with me in the comments. Oh, you going too far. No, I'm not. In NBA history, this is what happens. Please show me when this has not happened. Denver Nuggets did it. What you call it? Milwaukee Bucks did it. And the difference with them two teams is they drafted their best player, and their best player won MVP. That's the difference. Okay, I'm trying to think of a team that just ran it back after being close and won a title. Like, when? I might be wrong. If I'm missing something, I'm missing something. And guess what? Even if you can find that in history, that's called an outlier. All right? So please, try to understand what I'm saying here, man. Stop trying to just find a way to argue and fight. What are you arguing? What are you arguing against? I understand that you don't want these guys to go. I'm not saying I want them to go neither. I don't want them to go nowhere. But I've been watching the NBA for a long time. Longer than some of y'all been alive on Earth. I know and see what... Bruh, we won a title and traded Robert Horry. Like, come on, bro. He was part of the core. He was part of the core with this team. We traded Robert Horry for and got back Barkley. Like, what are we doing, bro? What are we doing? Why y'all? Come on, bro. Come on. Just y'all be tripping too much, man. Y'all just be wanting to argue. What you arguing for? Huh? I can't hear you. Type it in the comments. Anyways, your man's AK Infinity. Follow me on Twitter /X at AKinfinity_VVS. This is the Rockets Propaganda Channel. Tell your friend to get with my friends, and we can be friends. We out.